I'm 31, and for the last 8 years, I've been the operations manager at my family's event planning company. My parents started it years ago, and when my older sister Brooke joined, they decided we should run it together. Brooke handled clients and publicity, while I managed logistics, contracts, and finances. On paper, it sounded balanced. In reality, Brooke got the spotlight, and I kept the business from collapsing behind the scenes. Brooke has always had this charm that wins people over instantly. She could walk into a room and leave with 5 new clients and 3 free drinks. Clients loved her energy, and my parents worshipped her creativity. The problem was, she also spent money like it grew on trees. Every event had to be bigger and better. Floral arches from Paris. Imported lighting from Italy. I'd end up cutting corners elsewhere just to keep our profit margins alive. It started small. A few missing invoices here, a few mismatched numbers there. I'd noticed vendor payments listed as consultation fees under her name, but when I asked about them, she'd wave it off, saying they were for creative brainstorming sessions. When I brought my concerns to our parents, they brushed me off. "You know your sister," my dad said. "She just does things differently." My mom told me to trust Brooke's instincts, as if my degree in business management counted for nothing. Then we landed a massive contract, a corporate gala for one of the biggest tech firms in the region. It was supposed to be our breakthrough moment, something that could take us from local reputation to national recognition. Brooke was ecstatic. She called it her baby, even though I handled every contract, every supplier, every deposit. She only appeared for the press photos. A few days before the event, while checking the company account, I noticed several large withdrawals labeled as networking costs. The amounts were too high to ignore. When I asked Brooke, she told me she was building relationships and buying pre-event gifts for VIP guests. It sounded suspicious, but I let it go. The event was too close, and I didn't want to start a war right before the biggest night of our careers. The gala turned out flawless. The venue looked like something out of a luxury magazine. The client was thrilled, the press coverage was glowing, and every article featured Brooke's smiling face with captions about her visionary leadership. My parents were proud of her, specifically. No one mentioned who negotiated every vendor contract or fixed the logistical disasters behind the scenes. I didn't mind the lack of attention, but something in my gut said I should double-check the books. During the quarterly review, my accountant flagged several unexplained payments to vendors he'd never heard of. The names didn't match any of our usual partners. When I cross-referenced the transactions, the addresses didn't exist. I brought it up during a team review, and Brooke immediately turned it around on me. She accused me of carelessness, claiming I must have made accounting mistakes. Our parents believed her without hesitation. My mom even said, "Lauren, your sister has been working so hard. Don't ruin this with paranoia." That was the moment I realized I was on my own. From then on, I stopped arguing and started watching. I copied invoices, downloaded bank statements, and saved receipts to a private folder on my laptop. I didn't know exactly what I'd find, but I knew there was a trail. A few weeks later, a vendor emailed me directly. They sent a polite reminder about a payment they'd been waiting on, one I had personally processed weeks earlier. I checked the transaction ID. The payment had gone through, but not to their account. The funds had been redirected somewhere else entirely. I remember staring at that email for a long time. It wasn't a mistake. It was theft. Brooke wasn't just being creative with money, she was stealing it. And for the first time, I understood that the family business I'd spent years protecting was nothing more than a cover for her greed. I decided then that I'd expose her, even if it meant tearing down everything my family thought they'd built. The next morning, I